Good morning. Welcome to Tribune News on your go-to morning news source, only here at the Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and the Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines. The last holdout from the cabinet of former President Rodrigo Duterte, National Security Advisor Eduardo Año has stepped down. The Supreme Court of the Philippines may still halt the impeachment proceedings against Sara Duterte through a preliminary injunction, even without immediately issuing a TRO, a Corona defense lawyer said. Japan is ramping up support for developing nations, including the Philippines, to address high fuel costs and supply shortages caused by the Middle East conflict. Ralph Recto discussed expanding direct flights, fighting transnational crime, and addressing energy concerns in a meeting with Jing Quan at Malacanang. Shehbaz Sharif is set for a 4-day diplomatic tour to Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Turkey to help arrange a second round of United States-Iran peace talks. The ECCP welcomed the new customs policy extending importer accreditation to 3 years, saying it could lower costs and boost the country's investment appeal. Kim Ming-yu delighted fans during his solo Manila debut at the Smart Araneta Coliseum for the hashtag Snickers with Ming-yu fan meet. Signal is true to the finals of the 2026 Premier Volleyball League All-Filipino Conference. Today is the 16th of April 2026, Thursday, and I'm Eliana Lacap bringing you today's top stories. Let's kick things off with today's weather. Today, the ridge of a high-pressure area will extend over northern Luzon, while localized thunderstorms will bring cloudy skies with isolated rain showers across parts of the country. Metro Manila and the rest of the Philippines will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms with possible flash floods or landslides during severe storms. Meanwhile, Typhoon Sinlaku remains under monitoring within Pag-asa's domain. As of 3 a.m., it was located 2,385 kilometers east of central Luzon, with maximum sustained winds of 165 kilometers per hour and gusts of up to 205 kilometers per hour, moving northward at 10 kilometers per hour. Now for a traffic update. Light traffic is reported Malintoak Toll Plaza, Mindanao Toll Plaza, Bocaue Toll Plaza, and San Fernando northbound and southbound lanes. All other areas of NLEX, SATEX, and NLEX connector, including toll plazas and interchanges, are also experiencing light traffic. Now let's move on to this morning's headlines. Eduardo Año has stepped down as National Security Advisor, marking the exit of the last cabinet holdover from former President Rodrigo Duterte's administration. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. accepted Año's resignation, which he described as his permanent retirement due to health reasons after decades in service. Malacanang thanked him for his roles as Army Chief, AFP Head, Interior Secretary, and Security Advisor. Former Armed Forces Chief Eduardo Oban Jr. will take over, with the palace citing his experience to ensure continuity in national security efforts. Now, a lawyer says the Supreme Court may still intervene in Sara Duterte's impeachment case through a preliminary injunction, even without issuing a temporary restraining order. Tranquil Salvador III said the court's move to require comments from respondents, including the House Justice Committee, is standard procedure and not a ruling on the case. He added that consolidating petitions does not signal a final decision. The court has given respondents 10 days to reply. Salvador said a TRO may no longer apply, but a later injunction remains possible. Senator Amy Marcos also urged President Marcos to deny claims of a 2022 term sharing deal as tensions continue over the impeachment case. Now, Japan has pledged a major regional support initiative to help countries like the Philippines cope with rising fuel and commodity prices amid Middle East conflict-related disruptions, according to Ambassador Endo Kazuya. Endo said Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi led an online summit with regional leaders, including President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., to boost cooperation on energy, security, and supply chains. Tokyo unveiled a $10 billion Power Asia program to stabilize energy supplies and improve access to oil and petroleum products under its Asia Zero Emission Community framework. Marcos highlighted the Philippines' vulnerability as an import-dependent nation and called for stronger ASEAN cooperation on fuel sharing and stockpiling. Executive Secretary Ralph Recto met Chinese Ambassador Jing Quan in Malacanang on Tuesday to discuss expanding bilateral cooperation, including direct flights, tourism, energy, security, and efforts against transnational crime. The Office of the Executive Secretary said both sides also discussed broader economic ties and upcoming regional roles, including the Philippines' ASEAN chairmanship and China's APEC leadership. Talks also touched on possible joint oil and gas exploration in the South China Sea, with the Philippines reiterating cooperation while upholding the 2016 arbitral ruling and the UNCLOS separate consultations, with Germany covered defense, trade, climate, migration, and maritime security. Now, Shahbaz Sharif has begun a 4-day diplomatic tour of Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Turkey as Islamabad seeks to help advance a second round of U.S.-Iran peace talks amid rising Middle East tensions. Pakistan's foreign ministry said the visits to Saudi Arabia and Qatar focus on bilateral ties, while in Turkey, Sharif will attend the Antalya Diplomacy Forum and meet President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. The trip follows rare U.S.-Iran talks in Islamabad aimed at ending the conflict, which has stretched beyond 6 weeks. No deal was reached, but discussions are set to continue amid ongoing regional military activity and heightened risks in the Strait of Hormuz. The European Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines has welcomed a new customs reform extending importer accreditation validity to 3 years, saying it will reduce costs and improve the country's investment climate. The Bureau of Customs Policy also lowers accreditation fees and reduces renewal requirements. ECCP said this will ease administrative burdens, allowing firms to focus on operations and expansion. The group praised Finance Secretary Frederick Go and customs officials for reforms aimed at improving transparency and efficiency, calling the changes a boost to a more predictable, investor-friendly business environment in the Philippines. 17-member Kim Ming-gyu charmed Filipino fans during his solo fan meet at the Smart Araneta Coliseum on the 11th of April, drawing loud cheers at the #Snickers with Ming-gyu event. The Manila Stop marked his solo debut in the country, featuring a relaxed setup focused on fan interaction through games, Q&A, and light moments rather than a full concert production. Ming-gyu expressed amazement at the energy of Filipino Carrots, even saying it felt stronger than a 17 concert. He also shared playful Filipino phrases highlighting his connection with fans and his role as Snickers ambassador in the hour-long event. Now, Signal has secured a historic breakthrough, booking its first ever PVL All-Filipino Conference final spot after a dominant run in the round-robin semifinals. The Super Spikers finished unbeaten against Creamline and Farm Fresh, sealing their third overall finals appearance after runner-up finishes in 2022 and 2024. Attention now shifts to the remaining finals berth, with Creamline and Farm Fresh facing off in a virtual knockout match at the Philoil Eco Oil Center. Both teams hold 1-1 records, with Creamline aiming to avoid another finals miss. While debut semifinalist Farm Fresh eyes a breakthrough, the winner advances to face Signal in the best-of-3 championship series. Now a quick look at today's horoscope. Today calls for patience and openness, Virgo. Listening carefully to others may help you find solutions to current challenges. Financially, money may come and go quickly, but luck supports a steady flow of income. Support from old friends and contacts proves valuable. In relationships, happiness and pleasant surprises are highlighted, especially from your partner. However, avoid new joint ventures for now and seek trusted advice before making commitments. Family time may take a significant part of your day, but it brings meaningful and connection and warmth. Did you know on April 16, 1889, Charles Spencer Chaplin, later known as Charlie Chaplin, is born in London, England. He would become one of the most influential figures in early cinema and a defining icon in the silent film comedy. Chaplin grew up in poverty after his father died and his mother suffered mental illness, spending part of his childhood in an orphanages and performing on the streets of London. He later joined stage troupes where he developed his signature comedic style. In Hollywood, Chaplin created his famous tramp character and rose to global fame, earning creative control and immense success in silent films. He co-founded United Artists and later made The Great Dictator in 1940 his first full sound film. Accused of communist sympathies, he was barred from re-entering the U.S. in 1952 and settled in Switzerland. Chaplin received an honorary Oscar in 1972 and was knighted in 1975, leaving a lasting legacy in film history. Do you like eating chicken, or is it because it's the only choice? Well, this morning's viral TikTok video that has racked up 3.8 million views will make you rethink your decisions. Let's watch this.
Tranquila que...
That's all for now, mga ka-Tribu. Join us again at 1 o'clock p.m. for more updates. This has been Eliana Lacap for Tribune News on Q.